Yes, it's Massive Crew, back once again with another video. And as promised, today, is my birthday. But we're going to do an Amen Therapy little special tomorrow, celebrate life and all that, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, you tuned in for the Akai, so let's talk about the Akai. So anyway, guys, the Akai S950, I managed to get that all sorted out now, so it doesn't do that intermittent problem that a lot of people are getting on the internet, and including myself. I managed to smooth it all out, and this is a journey in the video. Obviously, I'm going to put a little timestamp in the bottom if you want to skip to that and you don't want to see the journey. Just skip to the solution and you can have a look and see how I managed to get that all working. It's a long old process. It took me about 4 days to figure out, guys. And just want to say thanks for your support. We've almost hit 9k subscribers on the channel. Whoa! And we're almost there. Please like, share, subscribe, people. Let's try and get there. If we can get to 9k this weekend, that would be absolutely awesome, guys. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Peace out. The weirdest thing about this, right, is you turn the power up, the disc will go 40 and you turn the power off, turn it back on, and then it will work fine. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to disconnect the speaker. I think the speaker might be drawing power from the unit. It's just a guess. So guys, I've disconnected the speaker just in case that's drawing a little bit of voltage from the whole unit, giving it a little bit of a lack in power. Let's try it now. So no, it's still saying unformatted, and the bloody disc was working just now. Come on, this is ridiculous. And I bet you if I go to load that, no, it's not gonna recognise it. Oh, this is a problem with the unit, maybe. Right, I can see here on the screen it says something about set JA, so I'm going to set JA on. Don't know what motor it is, but I'm going to set JA. So guys, this is JA, SO and MO pins, and it's still doing the same unformatted crap. When you switch the menu and you go to here, it says unformatted. Click on that there, hit it again. That's supposed to refresh the disk. Alright, it refreshes the disk that time around. Go to there, clear memory and load. Okay, gonna experiment, try a few more loads, see if it does it, and see what happens. No guys, still not working. So my suspicions now are maybe the flash floppy doesn't work properly, or with the Akai S950, maybe you just got to keep it in the old mode with the index. So guys, I'm going to throw in the towel for a second. Tried all different, settings and stuff. I'm going to try swapping out this HXC emulator and test it in the Akai S3000 and see if it works. And I'm probably going to mess about with just a standard one in there, running the old index mode, I guess. Yeah. So guys, back again with another video, still pursuing. It's been about the 4th day I'm on this now. So now I have got another one of my Gotex, and I've had to re-flash it with the bootloader for the HXC software. And then once I get the HXC software back on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the screen upgrade on and just have a look and see what's going on that. And I've got a feeling that you can't use flash floppy with the Akai S950 or 900s or any of the lower models. It has to be the HXC, just the standard HXC with the OLED upgrades and the right config file, because flash floppy and this just don't seem to work. It's very temperamental. 1 minute it works perfect, and the next it's a shame really, but however it's got to work, it's got to work. So I'm working on that at the moment. I've just flashed this one up. It took me the best part of the night. Got them at 6, it's now nearly 10, 4 hours to figure out how to do that. Got that done. So now I've sussed that out. I'm going to put this back together. I'm going to stick it in the Akai with the correct jumper settings, and then I'm going to power it up, and then I'm going to update to flash floppy firmware to see what happens. Not flash floppy, update to HXC's software. So I flicked it on there and it's on the loader. So now I put the HXC loader on there, and now I need to just update the firmware, and it should say HXC, and then we're pretty much ready to start experimenting properly.
Once again, asking office workers to work from home if they can, while enforcing the rule of 6 indoors and outdoors. A tougher package of national measures, combined with the potential for tougher.
Right, that is actually working so far. So, okay guys, so that's looking like it's working. Tasha's giving me a nital. So I'm feeling woozy. But this is working. So now I've got to put a screen on it. And then change the disk mode to non-index mode, because index mode is working right now, so I just need to change it to non-index mode. That's the plan. Right guys, so I put the screen in and it's working now, much better with the HXC software that I flashed on there. So your best bet, if you've got an Akai S950, make sure that they've got HXC software. I'm also using the firmware update. I'll put a link in the description. There's a firmware update for this. Once you've actually made sure that you've got HXC, you've got to purchase the HXC software or firmware. But if you buy it already flashed with HXC firmware on there, then you won't have this problem. The HXC firmware is like €12, so that's a bit of a bump up in the price. So you got to bear that in mind when you're purchasing, because there are some online that already come with the firmware. It's like 23 quid, so it's about the same. Anyway, point being, it's the same price if you was to buy it and flash it yourself. If you get one for 20 quid, you're good to go. And all you've got to do is just update the firmware, set the jumpers to S0, and yeah, that's it. Put your OLED screen in. I sell these anyway, pre-configured if you're interested. Ready to go for the 950 with a library, and they're all ready to go. Look at that, beautiful. You can have, apparently you can have up to I think it's about, don't quote me on it, I think it's about 64 gig of memory, plus it will take on a terabyte I think on the USB, but you won't want that much. It's a lot of floppies to lose, a terabyte worth of floppies. So I put that up on there, and yeah, it's working. It seems to be working. I haven't had that problem since now. All I need to do now is put my rotary encoder on here, which I'm gonna do. And look, I've loaded that disk. I've got to go to that one. Yeah, I recycle chop breaks. You have to wait for it to initialize. How it does, there you go, bop bop, and it goes on. Then you click it here, then it sees it, says the S900 disk. No more that unformatted crap anymore. And you literally just go boom. I actually thought it was my ribbon cable or something like that, and suspected, but so far, look at that, man. Oh yes, this is beautiful. It's loading, look at that, and I can actually see the name of the disk. So this is what the non-index mode is about. So I'm not sure if you already had one with HXC and with HXC already flashed in there, why would you want to use Flash Floppy? Flash Floppy has got some cool functions if you've got an S3000 XL, because it can do things like duplicate disks and that sort of stuff, but the older stuff, it doesn't really like it. So this is so cool. Look, I've loaded that disc up. I go to there, retro drum kit, and you could do stuff on there like turn the luminous up on the LED, I believe. Yeah, this is cool, man. Look at that. Click clear memory and load. It's all working. None of that funky business no more. Wow, so glad that's fixed now, guys. It's amazing. Now I can finally finish modding up my Akai S950 and put this back in the rack. Make some notes of all the jumpers, etc., for people going forward, and also for the future ones that I configure so I can send them out working perfectly for the Akai S950. Now guys, I believe this should just work with the Akai S3000. I'd be very interested to see how that goes. I'm going to flash another one of these tomorrow because I have got one of these that need to go out for a client, and I'm looking forward to getting that configured and sending it out. Also, big up to the man like Paul for sending me the config files. Paul, ready, big up mate, thanks for that. That really did help in the process of me moving to the next level, eliminating a lot of potential issues. That eliminated a lot of the process of me having to go through all that messing with the config files, and to be able to get a working config file to analyze it as well was also great in the next step of getting the OLED screen working perfectly. I can't wait to get the rotary encoder put in there. This is really exciting. As you can see, samples are loading and they're just working perfectly. Look at that, man, this is so good. Just wait for it to just boot up. There you go, boop, boop. Then just pop it in there and it just recognizes S900 discs. This is amazing. Load discs, there we go. Look at that, man, that's the business. So guys, perfect. That's it for today's video. Take care, God bless, peace.